Hello, this video is an overview of the 2026 annual system bid. Bidding will open August 1st at noon and close August 15th at noon. As always, if you have any questions or you want your bid reviewed, please send us a PDR at jbu.alpa.org. We ask that you send that as soon as possible. We get a lot of traffic, obviously, during system bids, and we want to make sure we can answer everybody before the bid closes. So to log into PVBM, you're going to use the thumbnail that's on your company iPad, or you can log in on any web browser at pvbm.jetblue.com. You'll use your company credentials to log in. And once you go through all the security hoops, you'll end up on this landing page. This is the test server. So none of the information in here is going to be accurate. That's just for demonstration purposes. So in the top left, we've got this hamburger button that just removes the menu and leaves you with just the main sheet here, whether it's a bid sheet or an award sheet. In the top left, you have all your information. Your seniority number is listed here, your ID, where you're currently positioned. If ever you're deep in a menu and you want to get back to this page, you just click your own name, and that will reload this page to the landing page. On the right here, you'll see the different awards, previous awards, cancellation rights, etc. You can select in this drop-down menu here. There should be no active cancellation rights for this bid. The May supplemental that was canceled had a effective date of March of 2025. That means the rights last until March of 2026. And the only effective date in this bid will be May of 2026. So those rights will have more than 12 months and therefore be expired. However, prior claims should still be active. The supplemental that we most recently had with an effective date of January 1st, 2026 had displacements in it, and those displacements will be active until for effective dates up until January of 2027. So you can see what your prior claim rights are here and when they expire. On the left here, we have bid sheets and award sheets. We'll click our bid sheets first. On the top here, we have all our standing bids, the standing vacancy bid, and then the two displacement, voluntary and involuntary displacement bids. This is a vacancy-only bid. There will be no displacements, so neither of the displacement bid sheets will be read. The standing vacancy bid sheet will be read, though. And then, of course, the main vacancy bid sheet. Now, the standing vacancy bid sheet and the vacancy bid sheet are pretty much the same. This bid sheet, standing vacancy bid sheet, is something you can make an entry in when the bid is not open and just have loaded and ready to go in case you forget to put in a bid. The main difference between the two is that there's no effective date listed in this standing bid sheet because it doesn't know what effective dates there are. And just to add a bid, just like any other of the bid sheets, you click Add a Bid. Here's a position you can choose in here. You can choose a percentage. The percentages are read with 100% being all pilots and smaller percentages coming up from the bottom. So, for example, 75% here would mean that you're senior enough to be in the top 3/4 of seniority. If you put no entry, it just assumes 100%. Up here in the top left, you have this maximum bid awards. In this particular bid, and in this bid only, there is only one effective date. So this really serves no functionality, but you do have to put an entry here. So we'll just put 1 and click submit. You should get an email that indicates you submitted something. You should see this last bid submitted down here and this successfully submitted bids message at the bottom. And then in addition to that, you can check the submission log and make sure your submitted bids are accurate. Let's go to the vacancy bid sheet. Just have a quick look at that. When you click here, that'll show you the bid window details for the bid. Again, this is in the test server, so this isn't entirely accurate. The dates are accurate. This bid will open and close on the 1st and the 15th at noon Eastern Time. And then scrolling down, you'll see the various positions and the vacancies offered. When you log in, you'll get the actual data. This is just fictitious data right now. And then on the right side, just like we had the standing vacancy bid, we have the ability to add bids here. So you'll put in the positions you want in order of priority you want them with your percentages here if you want to add those. And then because this is the vacancy bid sheet that is not standing, you need to add a date. There's only one available, so you'll put that one in there. And it's just as simple as that. You go ahead and put in a max bid award. 1 will suffice. You can put any number in here for this particular bid, but there's only one effective date, so only one award per effective date can happen. Therefore, this really doesn't matter for this bid. We'll go ahead and click Submit All, and again, you'll get the message here that tells you when you had the submission. You get another message down here. We should be able to look in the submission log, and you'll need to look at the correct bid sheet. So here's vacancy standing bid. You want to click vacancy bid sheet, and here we can see our vacancy bid sheet and what we put in. And if we blow that up, we can see the positions we bid for. If we look at the standing bid, we can see the same thing here. Now keep in mind, the standing bid is not red if you have a vacancy bid in place. And in fact, if I go back to that bid sheet now, it should give me a warning that the standing vacancy bid sheet will not be used. We tend to recommend using the vacancy bid sheet because we know that trumps this other bid sheet. That way you don't partially bid in this one and then finish your bid in this one and wonder what happened. You can clear this by clicking Clear All Submitted Bids. If you're happy where you are in this bid, you want to make sure both of these bid sheets are empty. Again, there's no displacements in this bid. So if you submit an empty bid sheet, you're asking for nothing and nothing will happen. Here we have the bid status. You can select any position in the fleet and an effective date, and it will show you, based on your seniority, where you will be on that effective date. Any effective date that has not been already awarded will not be displayed. Now, our fictitious pilot here in P-Test is seniority 900,000 something. So obviously they're going to be displayed as the last pilot in any position. Let's discuss a couple of scenarios. So first I'm going to clear out my bid to start with a clean slate. Let's say I was displaced in the previous bid and I want to return to my position that I was displaced. All I have to do is bid for that position in PVBM. Displacement rights, prior claim rights do not require that you maintain them and they last 12 months. So you can choose not to bid back to that position if you don't want to in this round. We don't know what any future bids will hold, so we don't know if a future bid will have an effective date that's within 12 months of the displacement. So bid for the position that you're displaced, and it's that simple. The displacement rights are known by the system, and you can, again, verify that on that front page, that landing page. So let's briefly discuss how prior claim is awarded. Let's say you have a list of pilots. We have 10 pilots here, varying seniorities in the system, and some have prior claim and some do not to a position. We're saying it's position A. PVBM will resort these pilots into two groups. One group that has prior claim and then in seniority order for that group, and then pilots that do not have prior claim and seniority order for that group. So when we end up with the sorted list, you'll see something that looks like this. And this is only for the position, obviously, that we're bidding for, that they have prior claim for. So these pilots have prior claim to position A. And you see here the seniority list sort of resets below the line, where once we've gone through all the prior claim pilots, we now go back to regular seniority pilots and in seniority order for that group. So now with that sorted list, let's imagine that we're bidding for 8 positions. The system will award first pilots with prior claim in seniority order, and then whatever's remaining will be awarded to pilots in seniority order but without prior claim. So if you want to verify those prior claim rights, again, just go here and have a look and make sure you have them. If you believe you should have them and you don't, you can contact crew staffing or crew planning, and they should be able to edit your file to make sure that that's correct. You want to do that before the bid closes, obviously. With the single effective date and no displacements, there really isn't much more to talk about on this bid. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to send them to us at jbu.alpa.org. Thanks for watching.